You gonna be in the video, bud?
No.
Hi. I I've been both wanting to and not wanting to make this video for several months now because I wanted to share how I was feeling, but at the same time I was afraid to make something that wasn't good enough or that wasn't high quality. But at this point, I think it's just better for me to put something out there than to just continue to keep everything to myself. So the real point of this video is to kind of explain what I'm wanting to do creatively moving forward, while also kind of explaining why there's any need for me to say any of this at all. The short version of why I'm doing this is because I got fired.
You're fired.
Not fired, I got let go. So I'm not a pastor anymore, despite my best efforts. And as a result, I don't have a creative outlet. So I'm going to be trying to make YouTube videos again to have a creative outlet and to also try and provide people like me who are struggling with frustration and feeling lost some type of something that's relatable that hopefully you can also enjoy, so we can kind of like work through these feelings of inadequacy and confusion together. For some of you who may be watching may not know the full story, so Esther and we got married in 2018, and at the time I was working for the Adventist Church and I was being sponsored by them to go get my master's. And I was employed by the portion of the Adventist Church that is in charge of the state of Texas. So they were paying for me to get my master's with the understanding that I was going to come back and work for them. And if I had done that, my career path would have been pretty smooth because I had worked for them for 2 years already. I was going to get my master's. I was going to come back, work for them some more, and I'd basically be a made man. Like, I wouldn't have any problems getting a job after that. Everything would have lined up just fine. No, it's okay, bud. But I couldn't do that because I had been recently married, and it was one thing to be in a long distance dating relationship, but a long distance marriage is another. So after a year or two of trying long distance marriage, and I saw the end of my master's coming up, I talked with my employers and I said, look, how can I repay you? Like, I can't come back to Texas. I have to go to California. My wife she's going to be a senior in medical school and I can't be apart from her anymore. I have to go live in California. I can't work for you anymore. I'm really sorry. And they were very gracious. They said, don't worry about it. Just go. Don't worry about anything. Go be with your wife. So they very graciously, they sponsored me through to the end of my master's, and then they let me go. No strings attached. So that was awesome. But the problem was that this straight path for my career was no longer there. I no longer had that, okay, I'm just going to go back to Texas and work and I'll have my master's and I can get ordained and all this. There was none of that anymore. So we moved to California. We were only there for a year because Esther finished medical school after that 1 year. And I couldn't find work as a pastor. California, the conferences in that area, the branches of the Adventist Church, part of the larger organization, they weren't willing to take a chance on me. So we moved to Michigan. We were in Michigan for a year, and the same thing happened. But for those 2 stops, I comforted myself with the thought of we're only going to be here for a year. So if I can't find something, it's okay. When I get somewhere that I'm going to be there longer, I'm sure I can find something. So we got here to New Jersey, and I told myself, okay, this time it's going to be different.
Right? Wrong.
I'm not going to mess around and get these part-time temp jobs or whatever. I'm going to get a job as a pastor, and I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And it worked out. I went to the New Jersey branch of the Adventist Church, and I approached them and I inquired about getting a job, and they gave me a job. They kind of strung me along a little bit. It took them a while. They said, okay, just keep waiting. But eventually they did make good on their word and they hired me. And I was very happy. I was enjoying my work. It was really good to be back. When you have something that you enjoy doing and you don't get to do it for a while, then you finally get the chance to get back into the action. It feels good to do what you're good at. So I was really enjoying it because I was I had that sense of okay, now I'm finally, after all these years, I'm back to doing the thing that I was meant to do. Things were going really well. I was doing a good job based on what I was told by other people. I could have done a lot better, but I was told that I was doing well. So when I got a call from my employers and they said, hey, we want you to come down to the corporate office to talk, and we want you to come alone, I foolishly didn't think anything was wrong, because I figured, well, everyone's telling me I'm doing a good job. My senior pastor, the person I report to directly, is telling me that there's no concern, I shouldn't be worried, I should go to the office and talk with them and it'd be fine. So I said, okay, I'll go down, no big deal. So I went down, and I had heard rumors that someone was going to get moved up from part-time to full-time to take on a larger role that they were creating in my area. And I had heard rumors that that hypothetical person who was going to get this promotion was going to be me. So yeah, I went there, and I thought I was getting a promotion. And they started talking to me about the new position they were creating. So they're talking to me about the promotion, and I'm thinking, okay, here it comes, I'm going to get a promotion. And they told me that the job I was currently doing was going to be done by whoever got the promotion. And then they told me that there was a guy coming from seminary who was going to be finishing his master's degree, basically like the equivalent of me from 2 years ago, was going to be coming and taking my place, and I was being let go. So I didn't get a promotion. I got let go. It's been almost 2.5 months. I've been looking for work and trying to find something in my field and failing. So now today I just a couple hours ago got off the phone with Burlington to get a job, just like working the floor, like restocking and stuff like that, just to have something while I'm continuing to look for work. And it's really, really frustrating to have like this idea in mind for like what your life is going to be like and what you're going to do, and then to not be able to do that. So you kind of find yourself like, okay, well, like, what am I going to do? Like, what is my life supposed to be about? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, what is it that I'm supposed to do that's, that makes me happy? Like, where is that fulfillment, that sense of satisfaction in my life? And I am currently looking for those answers in my own life. And I know the religious folk who are watching this may say like, oh, you find satisfaction in Jesus and all of that. And I'm not saying that my life doesn't have any joy in it. I mean, I have my little dogs, I have my wife, we're living together. We spent so many years living apart, we're living together, we have our own place, we make our own money. But that doesn't mean that I'm not unhappy with the way things have turned out for me. And ultimately, the reason that I want to start making videos again is because I don't think I'm the only person who feels that way, who has a good life, who has good things going for them. But when you lay down at night and you think about the direction your life is going and the things that you're doing, and you think to yourself like, what is actually happening? What am I actually doing with my life? Like, what is the actual purpose of what I'm doing? Like, what is my long-term goal? And you look at what you're doing and you look at what's happening in your life and you just say like, I'm not happy with how things are. So if that is you, then you're not alone. I also am struggling with that. And if you're interested, you can keep an eye on this channel. You can subscribe to it, because I'm going to start trying to upload videos on a consistent basis, mostly for my own mental health, to have that creative outlet, like I said, but also to hopefully be of some help to people who are like me, who are struggling to find happiness and purpose in their own personal lives. So yeah, if that's something that's interesting to you and something that you think you could benefit from, or if you just want to watch me fool around on camera, which is what I'm pretty sure this is going to devolve into, then yeah, feel free to subscribe and check it out. I'm not going to do like clickbaity stuff just because like I don't care. I really don't. Like, if nobody watches this, that's fine, because I'm doing this primarily for me. But if you do think this will be helpful to you, then feel free to stick around and we can go on this journey together. And hopefully we can find some happiness and some purpose on this journey that we're on. Okay, have a good day. And if you watched this far all the way through to the end, thank you. I appreciate your willingness to listen to me. Goodbye.